The teams for MCC Twitch Rivals just got finished being announced the other day, and I'm gonna be honest, there's some players that were surprised returned back to the event, but also some really cool duos all around. And due to this being the first ever LAN MCC and the first ever MCC with a cash prize, I could see it getting very competitive really quickly. So make sure to stick around till the end to see all 10 of these amazing teams and my current predictions. Anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below if you're excited for this MCC, and without further ado, let's just get right into the teams. Alright, so first up we have the Red Rabbits with Fruitberries, Tubbo, Beckymon, and Jack Manifold, with Scott's method of 8,327. Yo, let's go, the Fruit and Tubbo duo. This is actually a pretty sick team, not gonna lie. Pretty strong as well. It really depends on how Becky and Jack perform, but I think they'll do fairly well, to be honest. There has been memes made that Fruit's gonna have to babysit these three because these three can never get along, but to be honest, it's probably just gonna be a combination of, like, you know, them all fooling around. I don't think this team's gonna do really well, but I also don't think they're gonna do that bad. I think they're gonna be kind of in the middle of the pack with chances to do really well, and, you know, maybe like some downs. So it's gonna be a lot of highs and lows with this team, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how well Fruit and Tubbo do, but also how well Jack and Becky do. It's gonna be an interesting team all around, and yeah, I think they have a good shot to do well. Just, I don't know, it might, the game order might not be theirs, or just, you know, in IRL events, just, you know, might not be for these players, but I think Fruit should be able to get top 5. So all around, really cool team, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they do event day. Next up we have the Orangeocelots with Krtzyy, Owen's Juice, Smager, and It's Masayoshi, with Scott's method of 8,165. Yo, I love the Krtzyy and Owen duo. This is sick. And then Scott and Masayoshi. Yo, let's go. I'm pretty sure Masayoshi's real name is John, so I'm just going to call him John because I can't pronounce Masayoshi that well. But anyways, yeah, this team is actually really well-rounded, and I feel like this might be my sleeper team for this event. They have a shot of doing really well. I mean, their average doesn't really show their full potential. Dave has played in a lot of IRL events. Owen actually does well on most of the Twitch Rivals events, like the regular ones that have, like, you know, regular cash prizes, and they're the Minecraft ones too. And Scott, I think, has played in a couple of those. I think he played in the Tommyinnit IRL event, so I think he's pretty familiar with that kind of stuff. And then, of course, John is, you know, he does a lot of, like, other games, but, you know, he did do well in what's it called, Underdogs. So yeah, maybe he can translate that. I feel like, to be honest, he's probably used to playing on lots of different setups, so he should be used to, you know, not playing at a setup. So I feel like he would do pretty well around what he got in actually probably not around what he got in Underdogs, but, you know, he would still be a really good contributing member of this team. And I think all around this team has a really good shot at the crown for this MCC, and yeah, hopefully they can get it because I do think they deserve it. Let's go Orange. Next up, we have the Yellow Yaks with Antfrost, Awesome Dude, Cub Fan, and Captain Sparkles, with Scott's method of 8,641. Dude, this team is insanely cracked. The strongest team statistically and probably overall in the entire event. Very well-rounded team. A Cub Fan being your weakest player is kind of crazy. And Ant is most likely going to get top 4 because he's always getting either 4th, 5th, or 6th. Hopefully he can get top 3 one day because I don't think he's ever gotten top 3. Yeah, I think he's only gotten top 3 in, what was it, Pride 23, maybe? I don't know. I forget Antfrost's individual rankings. But yeah, anyways, this team, really good. I would guess Sam might be the weakest player here, but it's either Sam or Cub. But it still doesn't really matter because this team is, you know, really good. Sam actually has gotten 11th before, and Cub's gotten, like, what, 13th, 15th before? So, like, you know, they both have a shot to pop off really heavily, and Sparkles, of course, has gotten top 10, you know, so this team just, yeah, this team has the potential, and they're good at most games. Team games, definitely. PvP, they wouldn't, I don't think they would struggle that hard at PvP. Yeah, Sparkles, Cub, and Sam aren't the best, and, you know, Ant doesn't specialize in PvP. He's better in, like, ace, race, and movement, but still, I think nonetheless this team is going to do really well at whatever challenges are thrown at them, whether that's games, technology, or whatever. And yeah, hopefully they can bring home the crown because they probably have the best shot to, considering they're the strongest team here, in my opinion and statistically. So yeah, hopefully Yellow can take the crown, and we'll just have to wait and see how well this team does. Next up, we have the Llamas with JojoSolos, Shadoon, Elena, and Shovel with Scott's method of 7,989. Yo, let's go. The Shadoon and JoJo duo back at it again. This is a pretty strong team, to be honest. Elena and Shovel, both veterans at MCC at this point, both very knowledgeable in the games. And JoJo and Shadoon, of course, are, like pretty good friends, and they both speak Spanish. So yeah, it's gonna be a really strong team. JoJo and Shadoon might be the strongest duo here, in my opinion, not, but they could be. To be honest, it depends on how well they do. So yeah, I think this team has a really good shot at doing well. It's gonna probably depend on how well Shadoon does, because JoJo's been getting like top 5 every event, this season so far, but IRL, I guess, is different. But I mean, yeah, it's JoJo and Shadoon, so Shadoon should be able to get top 10, but yeah, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. This team, though, is statistically weak, but I think they have a chance to, just disprove the statistics and do really well. It's going to be interesting to see how well this team does, though. Next up, we have the Green Geckos with 5-up, PeteZahHutt, G-Nelly, and Foolish Gamers with Scott's method of 8,481. Yo, I called it in my last video with the Pete and Foolish duo being in Twitch Rivals, and I was right. I knew Foolish would come back, guys. I am so good at my predictions. Not really. But anyways, yeah, Pete and 5-up is actually a pretty strong duo for this event. 5-up, I think, plays in the Twitch Rivals events, IRL, when he goes to TwitchCon, so I think he should do really well. I don't know about Pete. I don't think Pete goes to TwitchCon. No, he goes to TwitchCon. I just don't know if he, participates in the... I'm guessing he does participate in the Twitch Rivals events. But Foolish, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Foolish does, because he hasn't played since 29, but I guess that's not that long ago. So, and he's also been playing on the QSMP, so he should do somewhat well. I think he'll get a round where he usually gets middle of the pack, 20th to 17th-ish. And G, of course, is, one of the best role players in MCC and can do really well on a team this strong. So hopefully this team can pop off, because if they pop off, G pops off, and then this team just does well. And yeah, they have a good shot of doing so. I mean, their statistics show that, and also the team's potential and skill show that. So yeah, maybe this team can get the dodgeballs. You never know. Next up, we have the Cyan Coyotes with Illumina, Rambo, Dark Eyebrows, and Sneak Snag with Scott's method of 8,426. Yo, let's go. This is my favorite team so far, and probably of the entire event. We got the Illumina and Rambo duo. That's sick. That's a really strong duo. In my opinion, the strongest duo here. And then Sneak as a third player. Oh my gosh, yeah. And then Michelle as the fourth player is crazy, to be honest. I mean, this team has so much pop-off potential. It's insane. It's actually crazy. It reminds me a lot of MCC 34 purple with Illumina, Martin, Wally, and who's the fourth player? Martin, Wally. I can't forget the fourth. I'm so sorry. I can't forget the fourth player on that team. Anyways, it's gonna take me way too long to figure out who that was. But yeah, that team, very similar to this team, I feel like, and yeah, could go either way, but I think Illumina and Rambo should both be able to get top 10, and I think Illumina should be able to get back in the top 5. He does perform really well. He won the last Twitch Rivals in-person Minecraft event at Amsterdam, wasn't? So yeah, Illumina has a really good shot at doing well. Rambo, I don't know how well he does when he plays, not on his setup, so maybe he does bad, but I'm guessing Rambo should be able to get top 10. And so yeah, this team should be able to get the dodgebolt, and in my opinion, do really well. So hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. Come on, Cyan, you guys got this. Bring home the crown. Next up, we have the Aqua Axel with H-Bomb, Gemini Tay, Good Times with Scar, and Impulse with Scott's method of 6,957. Yo, we got H in the Hermit's W team, also called the Gem and Impulse duo, by the way, because they were both shown to, go to TwitchCon and be in this MCC, and I was like, yeah, there's no way they're not, a duo, so that's cool. And then Scar, of course, awesome. It's going to be great to see him there. And then H, of course, being the leader here is going to be awesome, because, he's the MCC veteran. Him, Pete, and Quig, except for Quig sadly not playing. No, Quig. But anyways, yeah, this team is statistically the weakest in the event by a long shot, but that's fine. No one cares. As long as they have fun, it doesn't matter, because everybody's getting the same money except for the winners who get like $100 more. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how well they do, just as long as they have fun and, just have an enjoyable time, which is what this team's gonna do, because they're like that. But yeah, not much other to say about this team other than maybe they do good if there's a build mart. I'm guessing I don't think there's gonna be a build mart. Maybe they do good if there's I guess a Sands of Time. This team actually could maybe get like top 3 in. I don't know. I feel like they could surprise everybody and, go pop off in Sands of Time. But I guess that's not a surprise because they have H-Bomb. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think this team's going to do that well, but maybe they can pop off in 1 or 2 games. But yeah, it's cool to see the Hermits in a Twitch Rivals. Next up, we have the Blue Bats with Punz, Bad Boy Halo, Gumi, and Hannah with Scott's Method of 8,026. Yo, we got the Hannah and Punz duo, W duo. Interesting to see how they are going to do together. And then we have Bad and Gumi here. I don't think know each other that well, but it should work out pretty well because Gumi's really nice and Bad's, the nicest guy ever. So, like, yeah, this team's going to be a total vibe, and it's going to be very competitive. Again, Hannah's, recognized as one of those, one of the most competitive people in all of MCC, and same with Punz. Punz is also very competitive. It's just going to depend on how Bad and Gumi do, which I don't think they'll do bad. I think they'll do, good enough to make this team have a couple pop-off games, but at the end of the day, I don't think they're as strong as some other teams, so they'll probably struggle, and they'll probably struggle in some games. It depends on which ones, again, we don't know. And also, if you didn't know, there's only going to be 6 games this time around, so there's a shortener, or there's a less chance you can get games that you're good at. There's also less chance that you have time to pop off in the event, but hopefully this team can do well. And I think this team, along with Orange, I think could be a really strong or really cool like underdog story or underdog team throughout the event. It will be interesting, but I don't know what to say about this team really. I guess go Blue Bats. Next up, we have the Purple Pandas with Purpled, AMZ, Gucky, and CPK with Scott's Method of 8,430. Dude, there's no way. Purpled is on purple. That is crazy. I thought I would never see this. I thought this day would never come, guys, but finally it is here. And it's kind of cool that it's in like the MCC purple events, being Twitch, because Twitch is purple. That's kind of cool. It's like 3 purples. Anyways, yeah, Purple and CPK is a crazy duo, not gonna lie. Like this, it's either Purple than Callum or Illumina and Rambo is the strongest duo here, in my opinion. I mean, those are crazy duos. And then Amesy and Gucky, dude, oh my gosh, this team, has really good chemistry. So, I mean, they should do really well together. And yeah, pop off, dude. Like, this team's gonna go crazy, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm really hoping this team can do really well, and they should be able to. And yeah, please, Purpled, please get first on the Purpled Pandas. Otherwise, you're gonna get clowned on Purpled. The Reddit is gonna clown you for the rest of your life if you don't get first on the Purple Pandas, dude. I mean, like, come on, we've been waiting for this moment. Please pop off. Yeah, but yeah, anyways, good luck to Purple. Hopefully they can do good, and I think they should be able to do good. I think this team rocks, and 90% of the games, maybe they, there's like 2 or 1 games that they're an outlier in and they don't do well in, but for the most part, they should be able to, go crazy. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Pink Parrots with GeorgeNotFound, Sapnap, Captain Puffy, and Sylvie with Scott's Method of 7,870. Dude, it is the long-awaited return of the Sapnap and George duo. If only we had Dream, guys. No, I'm kidding. He's out doing, living life and stuff, so glad for him. But yeah, Sapnap and George are back, baby. I have no idea how well George is going to do this. I feel like this team is so, like, I don't even know. It's so up in the air. I'm glad to see Captain Puffy back after she took her break from MCC, and glad to see Sylvie playing in MCC again after she, had her couple rage moments in the last MCC. Hopefully she can do well this MCC around. I'm pretty sure she should be able to, considering she's with all of her friends, and she's gonna have a good time. So yeah, this team can either do really well or really bad. I think or not really bad, but just on the lower end. And I feel like they're gonna have some highs, they're gonna have some lows. I think Sapnap's probably gonna get like top 5, probably top 3 individual. But yeah, George and Puffy and Sylvie should be able to, help Sapnap out and make this team all around pretty strong. I don't know. This team. Yeah, this team's kind of like, yeah, they're definitely a wild card. Probably the most wild card team in this entire event. And so yeah, I don't have much to say other than that. They're gonna be the wild card, and we'll just have to wait and see what they do. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for the 10 teams for MCC Twitch Rivals. But before we go, here are my current MCC Twitch Rivals predictions. In 10th place I have the Aqua Axel. In 9th place I have the Blue Bats. In 10th place I have the Pink Parrots. In 7th I have the Lime Llamas. In 6th I have the Green Geckos. In 5th I have the Red Rabbits. In 4th I have the Orangeocelots. In 3rd I have the Purple Pandas. In 2nd I have the Cyan Coyotes, and in 1st, of course, I have the Yellow Yaks. I feel like these predictions are pretty fair. Yellow and Cyan are cracked. I feel like they're definitely gonna be the top 2, and then it's like this second tier of like, you know, teams that could pop off being purple, orange, red, green, and then lime, and the wild cards are in the last 3 being pink, blue, and aqua, which I do think they could pop off, but I just don't know how well the rest of the team's gonna do, you know, around like the really strong players on the team. So it's gonna, I don't know, yeah, I can't really predict those teams well, but yeah, those are my predictions. As always guys, until next time, peace.